78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. All right, man, check it out. So y'all know I've been following this Terence Crawford Errol Spence saga as far as the rematch goes. Okay, now there's been some controversy about the rematch due to Terence Crawford's team coming out and putting out a statement that Terence Crawford's team came out and basically said that Terence Crawford's offering Errol Spence a rematch at 147. Okay, and even though they both, Crawford and Spence, agreed after the fight verbally and told the media that they would be fighting at 154. All right, then all of a sudden, some technicality about the contract pops up about, oh, well, Terence Crawford had to be notified by in writing. You know, they had to send him an email stating that Errol Spence can no longer make 154 and he would like 147 and he would like to fight to be at 154. Now, listen, all of this is just people playing dumb. We all know what this is. This is a technicality that's stupid, right? That's all it is to it. Crawford said out of his own mouth he was going to fight at 154. So did Errol Spence. The email, the right paperwork is just for somebody who's just trying to get the upper hand, which is what Terence Crawford is doing. Okay, yes, technically, you were supposed to do exactly what it says in the contract, but the only one to enforce that contract, who can enforce it, like I said in previous videos, is Terence Crawford. All right, Terence Crawford is the only one who could say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna enforce that in the contract." So all you do is run around, pretend like y'all understand contracts and understand this and this and that. You the same cowards that's coming on here talking about EJ don't deserve no rematch. Errol Spence don't deserve no rematch, man. Don't nobody want to see this again, man. Crawford need to fight Canelo. Wait a minute. How you going to tell me on one hand that Errol Spence should have done what's in the contract, but then you telling Terence Crawford not to do what's in the contract, which is to give Errol Spence a rematch? Y'all all over the place, right? Now, the purpose of me making this video is to talk about something that I've noticed in my comment section, okay? I'm just talking about my comment section. I don't know what's going on in nobody else's chat, but in my comment section, I've noticed this strange situation, you know what I'm saying, where there's a lot of Tyson Fury fans that are now identifying as Terence Crawford fans. So I'm not sure if these people are using Terence Crawford as an excuse just to so they can smash on Errol Spence and pretend like they're Crawford fans, or if these people really are Terence Crawford fans. I have no idea. What I do know is all the people, the Johnny-come-latelys, that's pretending to be. First of all, it's only a couple of Crawford fans that I know. One is Woolbag, one is Drink More Water. What's the brother name? Akeem the Great, Southside Boxing 601, and maybe 2-3 others. The rest of you dudes is some Johnny-come-latelys, all right? As far as the dudes who be on the internet talking greasy, I'm talking about. Yeah, the rest of y'all is some Johnny-come-latelys. You dudes sit here. Everybody said this is a 50-50 fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, right? People who are sure, they pick. Some people pick EJ, some people pick Crawford. Terence Crawford was the favorite, okay? So the majority of the people picked Terence Crawford, right? The only people who were really picking EJ was fans of Errol Spence, right? But this narrative that Crawford is the underdog, this narrative that Crawford could never get his just due. Poor Crawford could never get his just due. EJ, he's so popular. So what? Errol Spence did everything he was supposed to do to become popular. His fans support him, unlike so-called Crawford fans. So-called Crawford fans do all this capping on the internet, but when Terence Crawford fight, they looking for a free link. Hey, man, anybody got a link to the fight? That's what they do. That's their lingo. Errol Spence fans, hey, y'all going to the fight? Hey, y'all ordered the fight? That's a totally different conversation. You can't get jealous of Errol Spence and his fans for that reason. Terence Crawford could have been had support like this. The type of support he's getting now, he could have been had this. But Terence Crawford was standoffish with the media, the same media that's now kissing his butt. He was standoffish with them. He didn't want to talk to nobody. Even Bob Arum, Top Rank, was frustrated. He used to do interviews and say how frustrated it was trying to promote Terence Crawford when he doesn't want to promote himself, and try to put him on black outlets, podcasts and radio shows, and he's not interested, right? So don't act like Terence Crawford has been this mistreated guy for all these years and Earl Spence is some hype job. No, Earl Spence marketed himself. Earl Spence beat the people he was supposed to be, and he gave interviews with people. He hung out. People got a chance to know him and know his personality. People got a chance to bond with Earl Spence. Nobody had that chance to do that with Terence Crawford because he refused to do so. He's just now opening up. You ain't never seen this many interviews with Terence Crawford before. Never. So, the Johnny Come Latelys is running around here acting like they some hardcore Terence Crawford fans. And they keep bringing up Wilder Fury in my chat. I'm noticing that. I'm like, what? It's like I noticed this like my last 4 or 5 videos about Crawford Spence. I'm noticing these people talking about Wilder Fury in my chat. Oh, Fury destroyed Wilder just like Crawford destroyed Spence. And like, what is this? Well, where you dudes coming from? Find it strange. That's all. Now you can put pieces together all you want to, but I just find it interesting that this is like a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the internet is full of people who want to argue. Ever since this Crawford Spence saga started, I was against the beef. I was against it. I put videos up years ago telling you it was going to be a civil war if you didn't calm down. Y'all didn't want to listen to me. Y'all want to egg this stuff on, egg it on. Now who here to clean up the pieces? Who here to pick up the pieces? Like always, 78 Sports TV, right? You don't want to listen. Told you dudes, this is going to happen. You play this little divide. They're gonna play the divide and conquer game. Okay, it's okay to root for your guy. That's cool, but to build the hatred, it becomes irrational. It becomes ridiculous. So now, Crawford fans feel like they got the one up on the Earl Spence fans, right? See, this is how it started. The Earl Spence fans was talking real greasy before the fight. For years, Earl Spence fans had the upper hand talking greasy. You know, Crawford fans pretty much was quiet. They had nothing to say, right? Because a lot of the moves that Crawford was making didn't make no sense, right? So it's hard to defend it. Then all of a sudden, Crawford wins the fight, right? All these Crawford fans that come out the woodworks, people just come out talking greasy, right? They want to talk about all the stuff, all the whining that they did for years. Spence fans is messing up boxing. Spence fans, man, these dudes are just, man, Spence fans are doing this and doing that. Now they got the upper hand. What they doing? The same stuff. Now they running around trolling everybody's chats, talking greasy, disrespecting Earl Spence fans. But yet, when they say it was happening to them, they cried like babies. So now, as soon as they got as soon as they're in a position to do it to somebody else, they take it. You see, that's how the world works, right? Everybody cries about people in positions of power and how they abuse their power. But as soon as you get it, you do the same exact thing. That's just human nature. That's what they do. Everybody mad at the police. Oh, the police, man! If he had that badge, woo woo. Soon as you become a supervisor at your job, you can become a lead worker, and you running around like can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. So that's the truth of the matter of what's happening with this Spence and Crawford saga. But anyway, make a long story short, while I think it's ridiculous for Crawford to go back on his word after giving his word to another man, I think it's ridiculous. I don't care what the contracts say, right? Because now, while we were on the internet arguing about that, what I've heard from my source is that Terence Crawford is under pressure from his team to use his leverage. Use the leverage. You won the first fight, so now you use that leverage and get all the things you want. Get more money, get this, get that. Like really stick it to him. Crawford, from what I'm told, isn't really cool with that. He didn't really want to do that, right? He feels a little bit indebted to Earl Spence for giving him this opportunity. He feels a little indebted to Earl Spence for Earl Spence giving him going against his team and not doing what Crawford's trying to do. See? You see what I'm saying? Crawford's team did all that crying about Earl Spence, the things that Earl Spence wanted, right? Did all that crying. Crawford fans did all that crying for years. Man, Earl Spence needs to give in. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. Earl Spence gave in. Let Crawford have everything he wanted. Everything. Even to the coin flip on who come out second. Gave him everything. Right? Basically, almost a 50-50 split in the fight. And they did everything else, right? Earl Spence gave in. So now, when Terence Crawford has the upper hand, even though Spence was the A side, but he gave in. So now that Crawford is the A side, and he has a chance to do Earl Spence the way he wanted to be treated, what is it his team pressuring him to do? His team is pressuring him to do exactly what they were crying against. And this is what I'm telling y'all about boxing, bro. And this is what I'm telling y'all about these boxing fans. These dudes are hypocrites, all right? Listen, all this stuff. Oh, man, Keith Thurman ducked Terence Crawford. None of them PBC guys want to fight Terence Crawford. Yeah, all true. All true. But now Terence Crawford got the upper hand. What is he saying about Boots? You see? What is he saying about Boots? The same stuff that those people said about him. That's all there's to it. Boots fans in 3 years is going to be running around here with their chest pumped out, totally disrespecting Terence Crawford fan bases and Earl Spence fan bases. You watch. This is how it all works in circles, bro. It comes around. You know what I'm saying? Walking around the room in a circle. It all comes back. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So people, like even with Boots is saying now that, he being ducked and this and that. But when he get into a position a couple more years, like I said in previous videos, in a couple more years, Boots is going to be doing the same thing to somebody else. No, I ain't got to fight him right now. He needs to do more. He needs to do this and that. That's just the circle of this boxing life. That's what it is. So anyway, my sources tell me that Terence Crawford and Earl Spence are going to fight at 154 in the rematch. But Terence Crawford is leveraging that whole 147 thing in order to he's leveraging the 147 thing to get more money. That's what I've been hearing. Now, don't know if all that's true. You know what I'm saying? Source is only as good as the follow through. You know what I'm saying? Source don't mean nothing if it don't come out to be true. So we'll see. We'll see if Terence Crawford and Earl Spence actually do fight at 154. All right? Because that's where they should fight. All right? So I don't want to hear nobody coming to my chat talking about, oh, man, this is a stupid rematch, man. It's going to be the same thing. It don't matter. That's what's in the contract. How are you dudes? You knew going into this first fight that it was going to be a rematch. You already knew that. You already knew that. That's in the contract. So all you experts on contracts, why are you telling Crawford to do something other than what's in the contract? If Earl Spence should, oh man, he didn't send the paperwork in. Earl Spence team dropped the ball. He didn't send the paperwork in. Man, I can't wait, bro. Because like I told y'all earlier, it's a circle. See, all this stuff comes back around. The same scenarios will come back around in a different situation, and I can't wait to clown you hypocrites. Can't wait to clown you dudes. Because you try to save yourself now, right? You're gonna be a hypocrite now just because you don't want to criticize Crawford or none of this. But in a year from now, when a similar situation happens, yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how y'all flip on that. Oh man, how you gonna go back on this word? Oh man, come on, if a man word don't mean nothing, then what is it? What is we doing out here? Then I even had one dude talking about, I didn't hear Terence Crawford one time say he was fighting at 154. Bro, this is what I be talking about. These is casual boxing fans. Y'all dudes halfway watch boxing. You only pay attention when it's a big fight. You get all your boxing news from ESPN. And then you come into our comment sections, a hardcore boxing fan comment section, trying to argue with us. about facts and you don't know the facts. Terence Crawford said that he would fight. Matter of fact, let me just play it. Get this right out the way. Because, you know, it don't matter how many times I play this, it's still going to be people, hey, man, I ain't hear Crawford say nothing like that.
154 pounds. Are you interested in moving up in weight for the rematch, or does it have to be at 47?
It definitely don't have to be at 47. 47 was kind of hard for me, too. I was already talking about moving up in weight and challenging Charlo. So 54 wouldn't be outreach of anything.
So,
all right. Now, it's more to it than that. It's more, but the other clip I don't want to play because that's to another podcast, another YouTuber's podcast, and I don't want to play their stuff in no monetized video. But Terence Crawford said on 4 or 5 different occasions that he's going to fight Errol Spence at 154. All right. This little technicality about 147 being in the contract, that's his team doing that. That's his team. Hey, man, you ain't got to do that, bro. Man, why make it? Because they scared, bro. That's all it is. They scared that right now the attention they getting, the way everything going, they're afraid that what if the rumors are true? What if all the Errol Spence fans are right? What if Errol Spence comes back here at 154 and he fights better? What if he wins? You see what I'm saying? So what these guys, his team is trying to do is, no, you got the leverage, man. Stand on their neck. Stand on their neck. You see? And you know, Errol Spence has to take some blame for this too. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? He tried to do what was right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I feel bad for him because when you give in to demands and all this type of stuff, you try to do what's right by the fans, look at what's happening now. I mean, just look at what's happening, bro. It's just, I'm telling you right now, boxing fans gonna get exactly what they deserve, bro. You're gonna get exactly what you deserve. That's why it's hard to be mad at Tank Davis and these guys who don't fight nobody, because they know these fans is fugazi. All this stuff, Errol Spence he should be admired so much by the boxing fans for what he gave up and what he sacrificed to make the Terence Crawford fight happen for the fans. He go in there and lose, and you got dudes talking about he don't deserve no rematch. See what I'm saying? All that crying and whining just to get the one up on you so they can screw you over. That's all it is. All right? Oh, man, he don't need to be fighting again, man. Man, that dude gonna get messed up. He gonna get this, he gonna get that. Bro, Errol Spence is a warrior. He's a warrior. You understand? He know what he signed up for. You understand? But like I say, boxing fans gonna get what they deserve. The fighters that come out here and do everything they can to bring you the best fights, do everything they can to challenge themselves and not fight a bunch of no-name guys. You know, the guys like Deontay Wilder, right? Who tried to fight everybody, right? Who tried to fight Anthony Joshua, still trying to fight Anthony Joshua now, right? Try to fight Joseph Parker, nothing. Try to fight Klitschko, nothing, right? Try to fight Charles Martin, nothing. All right? Try to fight Alexander Povetkin, pop dirty. All right? But Joshua gets the chance to fight all these guys. He gets a chance to fight all of them. They all run over there and fight Joshua, right? Because they think the payday going to be better. It's an easier fight. That's how they feel. Wilder's the guy who y'all make fun of. Oh, man, look at him, man. He got skinny legs. He this, he that. Same thing with Devin Haney. Devin Haney come out here, youngest undisputed champion. Hunted down Lomachenko. Was hunting down Gervonta Tank Davis. They ignore him. Gervonta Tank Davis' team want nothing to do with fighting Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Leonard Ellaby has stated on several occasions that they're not going to pay Devin Haney, right? They're not going to do it. They'll pay, Barrios. You know, they'll pay Hector Garcia. and all these guys, but they don't want to pay Devin Haney, right? Much nonsense. And boxing fans that come on here and side with Captain Shakur, right? Shakur Stevenson, who did all that crying and whining about getting treated fairly, about how he need to be treated fairly. He can't take 25% because that's not him. He ain't getting treated fairly. For Undisputed now. But then as soon as he get the very next fight, he's offering somebody 25%. The very next fight. I want y'all to think about this. He did all that crying, but as soon as he's in position to do exactly what Devin's doing, he takes it. And that's the nature of boxing. So be careful when you crying and whining and caping for these dudes. Because what they do is they do all that crying. As soon as they get into position, they're going to do the same thing. So if it's wrong for somebody to do you like that, shouldn't it be wrong for you to do somebody else like that? That's all I'm asking. Okay? That's all I'm asking. All right? Because this is what I do know. If Terence Crawford was to move up and fight Charlo or Canelo, right? And in the contract, they negotiate a rematch. You understand? Let's say hypothetically, Crawford and Canelo from the fight, right? And in the contract, they negotiate that it's going to be a rematch, right? And the rematch is going to be at 168, okay? Unless otherwise specified, okay? It's going to be at 168. They fight first time, hypothetically, Canelo beats Crawford, hypothetically. Knocks him out, dog walks him, right? Then after the fight, Terence Crawford say in the post-fight, man, I think the weight was too much, man. Man, I wish I could have fought him at 160, man. 160, I think I can beat him at 160. And then they ask Canelo, and Canelo say, sure, I'll fight him at 160, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to beat him anyway. Then days later, Canelo do a podcast. They say, hey, Canelo, I heard you say you're going to fight him at 160. You sure? Yeah. I mean, I'll fight him at 160. It's no problem. I still can make 160, right? Then all of a sudden, 2 months later, Canelo start coming out. Well, Canelo's offering Crawford a fight at 168. He's offering Canelo Crawford a fight at 168. But wait a minute, no, they said they fight at 160. No. See, the contract say you got to specify it in writing. But both fighters already agreed. Yeah, but the contract say you got to be specified in writing. Well, who's going to enforce it though? The only person that can enforce it is the person, the A side. The A side enforces the penalty. Like you dudes this is what I'm saying. Now, if that happened to Terence Crawford, you dudes would be on here whining y'all, man, Canelo filed for that, man. Canelo ducking. But when you got the upper hand, that's what people do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You screw people over when you got the upper hand, and you whine about it when you don't. You know what I mean? When you don't have the upper hand, that's when it's okay to play victim. When you got the upper hand, you become the shark, the predator. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. So I hope that this fight happens, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope that the fight happens, the rematch happens, and I hope we can put an end to the chapter. Either Crawford wins again or Earl Spence wins. And that's what I'm hoping for, Earl Spence to win, because I want to see a trilogy. I still want to see the fight that I waited 5 years for, and I never got a chance to see it because I seen a one-sided fight. Anybody's been following my page for the last 5 years, you know what I've been wanting to see in this fight, which was a good competitive scrap. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? But I know Earl Spence is salty right now. If Terence Crawford is still playing hardball in negotiations, I know Earl's probably salty right now. You know what I mean? Because this is what I'm saying. When you get in a position of power, people do shady stuff. What they say? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's what happens, That's what happens. You get up in that position of power, and you see people's true colors. You know what I mean? You saw the true colors of Earl Spence. He went against his team. His team that said, "Don't give Crawford nothing. Make him do what you want him to do. You the A side." Earl said, "No, I'm gonna treat him with respect." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be equal. Boom. What Crawford do? Nah. Get into position of power. Now his team is telling him to do snake moves. His team is telling him to snake Earl Spence. You see? And another thing, you little weirdos in the chat, if you ain't got time to watch the video, look, man, I'd rather you not even watch my videos, for real. Because you dudes that be smoking weed, half high, don't know what you're doing, reading the title, and then start leaving comments, it's irritating. I put a video up, like even with this video gonna be at least 28 minutes long, right? But when I upload it, you're gonna have people in the chat comment within the first 2 minutes. Yeah, man, it's cap, man. It's This is why y'all be so misinformed. Y'all read articles, you see headlines. You read the headlines, not the article. You understand? You see videos. This is why y'all think so many people be clickbaiting y'all, right? And then I don't even blame people for clickbaiting y'all. That's what you get. That's what you get. I don't blame people for clickbaiting y'all because you deserve it. Boxing fans deserve everything they get. You know what I'm saying? 7 Day Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Y'all smash the like button. Hit the subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you be notified when I drop a new one. I'm up out of here. Deuces.